Come to you live as they're going to be doing the official opening of an exhibition which remembers our forgotten sports heroes. It runs until the 30th of April at the Apartheid Museum in Gauteng before it leaves for Scotland, where it's also going to be on display. And it was a man that was integral in keeping the struggle alive and at the top of people's minds around the world, but when it comes to the sporting field, and that is Mr. Sam Ramsamy. He's now an IOC member. He was also the head of SANROC, who were the non-racial Olympic Committee during that time. I think an exhibition like this is something that's so important and integral as we celebrate 20 years of democracy.
It's important for legacy. It's crucial that the younger generation knows what's happening, because we cannot rewrite history, and where we are now is a result of the struggle that non-racial sports people, both black and white, endeavored and encountered in the past.
I mean, some of the names that they're going to be remembering are people like boxer Jerry Malloy, golfer Simon Hlapo, father Trevor Huddleston. These are people that are across a variety of different sports codes and that made varying contributions.
Yeah, the contribution has been very great, and especially the sports contribution. Unlike other contributions against apartheid, which was relatively secret, very surreptitious, but in sport they can't do it simply because it was a multilateral affair and everybody watched what was happening, and therefore sport played a very crucial role in the liberation of South Africa.
An exhibition like this, which remembers our forgotten history, is also laying the platform for the legacy that our history has left us with, a discussion on transformation. The EPG report came out. I know they're going to be getting into discussion with that with the Minister of Sport and various stakeholders. What is your take on having seen what the Eminent Persons Group report actually had to say?
Transformation is important simply because in the past, the disenfranchised people didn't have opportunities. And transformation is about providing opportunities for everybody. And in the end, when opportunities are provided for all, we will have a truly South African team. That is what we want, and that is what the whole world wants. It wants South Africa to be represented in all its manifestations.
Mr. Ramsamy, and when we speak about transformation, it's not just about quotas, it's not just about a team that is reflective of a South African society, but it's transformation across the board of sport, and also letting children play, letting them have the ability to play a variety of different sports.
Yeah, and for my very important sins, I'm the president of the International Olympic Committee Sport for All program, and here I'm going to organize with the Minister of Education, with the Minister of Health, and with obviously with our sports minister, how we can get young children getting into sport, which will provide them with opportunities to reach the highest level at international competition.
When the transformation survey report came out, done by the Eminent Persons Group, the minister said that he wants a 60-40 split, and he wants that almost immediately, as soon as possible. The Commonwealth Games are 100 days away. The Rugby World Cup is in September next year. How realistic are those goals?
It's an ideal, and in fact my ideal would be much more than that. Again, to me, I don't look at South Africa anymore as black and white. We're all South Africans, and in the end we want a truly representative South African team. It's an ideal that we all aim for. It's an ideal that we all will one day achieve.
It's going to take a lot of work, though. If we start all working vigorously now, when can we achieve it by? Because we've got major competitions in between whatever goals we have.
In some sports it's much easier simply because we can fast track. Like in track and field, we can fast track. Boxing, we can fast track. But in other sports, like golf, like swimming, in rowing, it's not easy to fast track because there the issue is more socio-economic, more than socio-political. And because of that, we're having difficulties.
Mr. Sam Ramsamy, IOC member, thank you very much. Very interesting discussion, and we're going to be chatting to the Minister of Sport and Recreation, Mr. Fikile Mbalula, as well about this discussion. Let's go back now to our Johannesburg studio.